From Deadpool fighting alongside your favorite MCU characters, to him killing off every superhero in Fox's Marvelverse, here's everything we know about Deadpool 3. Deadpool 3's on its way, and it's going to continue Ryan Reynolds' epic journey as the one and only Wade Wilson, aka the Merc with a mouth. And hold on to your chimichangas, because this time, Deadpool's making his grand entrance into the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
To win Gita's heart back. I'm so proud of you. Drop Bandu off, safe and gentle-like. Kill him, and then win Gita.
Remember when Ryan first played Wade Wilson in X-Men Origins Wolverine? That experience wasn't exactly sunshine and rainbows. In fact, it was a total disaster. But you know what they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And that experience fueled Reynolds' desire to give Deadpool the justice he deserves on the big screen. Fast forward to today, Deadpool 3 is going to hit theaters after a whopping 6 years since Deadpool 2 was released, and a lot's happened in that time. The franchise made a move from Fox to Disney, meaning Deadpool gets to rub elbows with the big dogs of the MCU. So no more settling for those C-listers who were just tossed in because of studio rights, because it's time for Deadpool to shine alongside the real heroes. Even a glimpse of the X-Men in the second Deadpool film was a big deal, but now that filming's officially underway, Deadpool 3's looking like a serious entry in the MCU's multiverse saga, which has also allowed him to bring along a friend from the X-Men universe, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. That's right, Jackman's donned the claws again, and he's ready to leap into action as everyone's favorite butt-kicking mutant. Fans are going crazy over a new leaked set photo that shows Jackman alongside Reynolds in his iconic yellow costume from the comics, a look that's never been seen on the big screen until now. Despite constantly referencing the guy throughout the first 2 films, Deadpool will finally meet Wolverine in the upcoming film for the first time, because their fights in Origins and the post-credit scene in Deadpool 2 don't count. Reynolds announced Jackman's return in a post back in September 2022, following up with a video explaining how Wolverine was back after his death at the end of Logan. Reynolds also explained how he changed Jackman's mind about abandoning the character, explaining how he came up with a totally different version of Wolverine, giving Hugh something completely new to play, which he was very excited to do. Now that I've got that covered though, when can you expect the film to hit the screens? Originally, Reynolds told fans the film would hit the screens in September 2024, but the plans changed and the release date got a makeover. And if the rumors are to be trusted, the new Blade film, along with all of its production issues, is responsible for any hiccups along the way. But don't you worry, my Deadpool fans. It turns out the problem wasn't entirely external, because even though Sean Levy joined the party as the director, he had some other gigs on his plate that he had to deal with first, and that caused a bit of a delay. And guess what? Reynolds pulled off a sweet surprise back in 2022, dropping the news that Deadpool 3 was ready to hit the big screen on the 8th of November 2024. So, mark your calendars, because this film's set to hit theaters between the upcoming Blade flick, as well as 2025's Fantastic Four films in the official MCU lineup. This means it can possibly be the headliner for Phase 6. And if any of you are wondering whether there's a teaser trailer out, then I don't have an exact answer for you. Despite the fact that Reynolds and Jackman have made several videos on the topic, talking about Jackman's return and discussing the plot of the film, the only real look we got at the film was through short teasers and leaked set photos. Plus, since there's no release date or confirmed time frame for filming to begin, the first Deadpool 3 trailer isn't coming anytime soon. So for now, I'd recommend catching up to the last 2 films and waiting for an announcement, which I believe should be sometime this summer.
Gender neutral. From now on, we'll be known as X-Force.
Moving on though, Wolverine isn't the only Marvel character you can expect to see in this film. Reynolds is obviously all set to make his grand MCU debut, marking the 4th time Deadpool will grace the big screen with his awesomeness. The last time anyone saw him, he was gonna murder baby Hitler after using Cable's time-traveling device in Deadpool 2's post-credits. The bigger news is the return of Jackman, of course, strapping on those adamantium claws once again to join his frenemy on the big screen. Nobody saw that coming, especially since Logan was supposed to be the end of Wolverine's story, but Reynolds managed to use his signature charm to make Jackman change his mind. But the duo made it clear that this doesn't undo the events of Logan, explaining that it takes place at a much earlier time. Apart from the dynamic duo, Emma Corrin has also been locked in for a villainous role. And as for the returning crew, we've got Brianna Hildebrand as Negasonic Teenage Warhead, Stefan Kapicic as Colossus, and Marina Baccarin as Vanessa. But we'll have to wait and see if Zazie Beetz and and Josh Brolin will return as Domino and Cable. No official confirmations yet, but my fingers are crossed. The most interesting casting choice of them all, though, is Jennifer Garner, returning as Elektra from Daredevil 2003, giving fans a further taste of the MCU multiverse. With all that out of the way, though, let's talk plot. As of right now, there's no concrete info about the plot, but I know for sure that Deadpool and Wolverine's relationship will be front and center. Jackman even hinted that Logan isn't exactly Wade's biggest fan, so the two might start off as enemies, but they'll eventually team up and wreak havoc together. But as the two of them find themselves in the MCU, you can bet there'll be some serious cosmic chaos. After all, there are rumors that Owen Wilson and Tara Strong are part of the cast too, meaning that the Time Variance Authority from the Loki series might also make an appearance. This makes sense because Deadpool's the last guy you want to leave with a time-traveling gizmo. Even the president of Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige, confirmed Deadpool's indeed making his way into the MCU, which would mean that mutants are going to be a much bigger part of the MCU moving forward. This is something that the studio's been working on over the past few years, introducing Ms. Marvel and a Patrick Stewart variant of Charles Xavier in Multiverse of Madness, which makes Deadpool getting his MCU ticket before beloved mutants like Cyclops, Jean Grey, or Magneto all that funnier. With the addition of the Fox variants of these beloved characters, the writers might be looking to Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe for inspiration. Deadpool goes rogue and unleashes his murderous spree on the entire Marvel Universe in this comic. And if he does end up coming across the TVA, it's possible that his punishment is to go back and clean up the Foxverse, which was already way less organized compared to the MCU. So we might be getting 2 hours of Deadpool going around killing Fox versions of Marvel characters, cleaning up the universe so that he can make the trip over to the MCU, which would be the most Deadpoolist way of announcing his entrance into the universe. One of the leaked set photos also featured a massive 20th Century Fox logo buried in the dirt, just like in Planet of the Apes. And with a storyline like that, you can bet your boots this film's gonna be R-rated. Deadpool 3's keeping it real with that R rating just like the previous films, and Disney's making it clear that it'll be the first ever R-rated movie in the MCU. While some fans might argue that a good Deadpool flick could still be made with a PG-13 rating, let's be honest here. Would it really capture the essence of the franchise? I don't think so. Deadpool's all about senseless violence, and getting rid of that would be like telling Spider-Man to stop using his web shooters. They know it. We know it. And that's why they're moving ahead with an R-rated vision for Deadpool 3 in the MCU. But there's more to it than just pleasing the fans. Keeping this film R-rated is also a testing ground for Marvel, because this way they could ditch the PG-13 censorship that's ruined many of their films and embrace more mature-themed movies in the future. So there you have it. From Deadpool killing off every superhero in Fox's Marvelverse to him fighting alongside your favorite MCU characters, that's everything we know about Deadpool 3.